Hello and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be showing you what many people have been calling the Hunter class quest in Warlords of Draenor. I hesitated to call it a class quest because, well, it's not really a quest, and certainly it's not really got as much meat to it as, say, the Warlock class quest in Mists of Pandaria, but it's pretty cool. It's basically a Spiritbeast taming thing, but with a lot more content than any of the past Spiritbeasts that we've got in the game. So, first of all, I just want to say big thanks to the people over at, the general Hunter community, and then specifically eyesofthebeast.com. It's a great Hunter blog, and they've got all the coverage for this. I'm just doing the video to show it to people. Now then, this is Gara. This is the spirit wolf that you will get, but eventually she will look rather different. And if you are in BM spec, when you talk to her, you notice something. You can get a dialogue box, but she is not particularly happy. However, do not worry, because there is a solution to this unfortunate problem. The dog needs food, the wolf even, and you get these things called spirit berries off a mob called Mother Gara. Now, I think lore-wise, that's the person who kind of, I don't want to say owned the wolf, because that's not really how orcs do it with wolves. That was a weird sentence. Yeah, right, so here's the rare mob. Originally, she is surrounded by 3 mobs, but I killed them earlier, so yeah, only 98k health. It's a level 91, so very easy to kill. And there we go. Oh, some spirit wolves. Interesting. Alright, so what did we get? 2 shadow berries. Now these are going to be quite useful. So time to bring the shadow berries back to Gara. Well then, time to see what happens. So let's feed the berries. And oh, well, I'm being looked at expectantly, which I suppose is a bit of a, it's progress. Now then, the good news is that thanks to the magnificent post at Eyes of the Beast, I know exactly what to do next. Basically, we need to make this thing called a spirit effigy. This was actually found via data mining. Now, the spirit effigy involves getting a whole bunch of items that are dropped by loads of different mobs all across Draenor. There is one in Gorgron, Talador, the Spires of Iraq, Nagrand, Frostfire Ridge. Actually, no, there's 2 in Frostfire Ridge. So I'm going to go and collect those, and we'll check back here in a minute. Well, probably a lot more than a minute. I mean, I can't see this taking a minute. Okay, so the first mob that I'm going to try to tackle is this. It's a Skethic Prophet. So, hurrah! Let's kill him. Of course, being level 90 really does help here. Though you will actually be able to do all this stuff when you're not level 90, which is pretty cool. Now, I just got Elder Incense. That's actually the item that I need, so I can now head on to another zone. Well then, it is time for the next thing. I'm here in Talador, just beside Telmore, which is a place that a few of the lore people will recognize. And I need to get an item from these gore-bound legionnaires. This is actually a pretty cool place. Yeah, I love the Burning Legions, so I mean, this stuff is right up my alley. Anyway, time to kill this legionnaire who has got 120k health, so a little bit more. It is a level 95 mob, but really, that's nothing scary to us. Now, the thing I need from these guys is a wooden bowl. There you go, wooden bowl, hurrah. Let's move on to the next place. Alright, so the next thing that we need to do is deprive the Iron Horde of their vitamin C and get some fruit from these Warsong Marauders. Now, these Warsong Marauders are fine. One interesting fun fact, though, that you'll probably run into when you are in the ground, is that from time to time you'll see these big packs of Marauders just kind of like roaming along the plains. And if you happen to be AFK on the road and they come, well, they'll just hack you to pieces. It's a fun little thing. Also, the ground music's great. Anyway, let's move on to the next place. Okay, so the next thing that we need to get is from the Dry Wind Bone Picker. This is located in Gorgrond, and actually the part of Gorgrond that I really like. Not so keen on some parts of the Lush Foresty area, just because I don't really like the quests there. But I've got to say, like, this area here is really cool. Anyway, so there's our item, the Crude Effigy. Now, the Crude Effigy is actually the thing that we will be combining all the other items with, but I've still got 2 other things to get in Frostfire Ridge. Well, this is me from the future here, and something very bizarre happened to my Audacity recording. Yeah, when I opened it, half the recording was fine, but the other half was completely broken, meaning the latter half of this video is going to be post-recorded. Anyway, so there were 2 items that I needed to get. Both of them were from Frostfire Ridge. This was fine, basically just 2 little things. After that, I just clicked on the effigy, which made the full-on item. After making that full-on item, I then went back to Gara. And what happened when I used it is that there was this RP scene. Basically, Gara's owner, whatever, popped up and said, you know, hey, I've been tainted by the void. Her pet wouldn't really, like, see her or anything. So lots of bad stuff. And then a big Void Lord came, and, well, Void Lords tend to be complete dicks, and this one was, well, a bit of a complete dick. So, after that happened, there's this tree that you need to go to in Shadowmoon Valley. However, there's a specific dagger inside that tree that you can only see if you have this item called a Void Lantern. So, the next thing that I did is I went and I got the Void Lantern. This Void Lantern was obtained from one of the mobs in one of the level 100 zones in, well, little sub-zones in Warlords of Draenor. So you will probably want to be level 100 to do this quest. Yeah, you can start it at 90, but unless you've got a friend with you or something like that, well, then you'll just need to do it yourself. Anyway, so after getting that Void Lantern, I went to the tree. Now, once you use the Void Lantern, you can see this little dagger thingy that's inside the tree. So upon clicking that, you're transferred into this Void Realm thing, and you can see a bunch of these big Void Lord mobs. I've got to say, it was a really impressive sight just seeing them all, so that was certainly nice. Now, after killing, I'd say about 8 of those, I then managed to get Zan the Void Lord, who was, of course, the Void Lord who popped up earlier, to appear. And then I killed him, which actually was very easy. Maybe they could buff that up a little bit, because Zan was actually easier than the mobs that I killed to get him to spawn. A bit strange. So after that, Gara then was just standing there, and that's when you can dismiss your own pet and then tame Gara. Once you tame Gara, a little RP scene happens, and then the pet is yours to use. It's a spirit, or a spirit whatever pet, Spiritbeast, so it's got all those usual abilities. But I've got to say, it's a really, really nice pet. The animation quality is fantastic, and just the aesthetic of it's really cool. It actually looks different from the other spirit pets, which generally, well, are sort of just these kind of like whitish blue tinted sort of things you can see through, whereas Gara just looks a lot more like like a Void Wolf, whatever. I just think it's a really cool pet, and certainly when Warlords of Draenor comes out, I am going to be getting this thing. Overall, I think this was a fun little quest thingy. It wasn't technically a quest at all, but yeah, I think it was fun, it's a nice reward, and certainly it's nice to see them put so much effort into a Hunter Spiritbeast. So yeah, as a hunter, I am very satisfied with this. Well done, Blizzard. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.